it's time to learn about our last explorer in this chapter, Robert de La Salle. We are in section 5-9 on page 56 of your book. So you need to open up your book to page 56. You need to open up your packet to Robert de La Salle, section 5-9. We're going to look for those 6 key things about Robert de La Salle. So first thing, there's the map. So we see down here, here's Florida, and about halfway over in this arc, I see the arrows traveling up. There are 2 different paths there. So I want you to do your best on your map to get those arrows drawn in the correct spot. This is what mine looks like. Not perfect, but we kind of see where this starting point is and that we're heading in 2 different directions there. All right, we're going to be looking for his job, his sponsor, the dates that he explored, what motivated him to go exploring like he did, and what impact did he make with his explorations. So let's head to the top of this page. I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud to you. Here we go. The French began to settle their territories also. We heard a lot about Spain. Now the French are beginning to settle. In 1667, Robert de La Salle, a French nobleman, sailed to a new France. All right, so right now, occupation, we have another nobleman. And the sponsor is going to be France. Okay. As a fur trader along the St. Lawrence River, La Salle learned Indian languages and explored the Ohio River. The Indians told him about a great river that flowed all the way south to the Gulf of Mexico. La Salle dreamed not only of personal wealth, but of a French empire of trading posts, forts, and settlements. Those are some motives right there. So for motives, first, wealth. Wanted the money. He also wanted to build his own empire, basically. Trading posts, forts, settlements. We can say he wanted to build an empire. Okay. In 1681, he set out in canoes to travel the Mississippi River. King Louis XIV, so this X means 10, this V means 5, and if you put an I in front of the V, it means take 1 away from the 5. So King Louis XIV of France liked the plan, but he wanted La Salle to pay for the journey himself. The governor of Montreal and a wealthy friend agreed to support him. When La Salle reached the mouth of the Mississippi River, he named the vast region Louisiana for the French king. La Salle then planned to establish a sea route from France to the Mississippi River. He went to France and received the king's permission. In 1684, he sailed to America with more than 200 settlers. After 6 months crossing the Atlantic, the ships missed the mouth of the Mississippi. They landed 400 miles to the west. La Salle founded a colony there, on the coast of what is now Texas. Soon, everyone was starving. La Salle set out on foot for help. Convinced that La Salle was crazy, his own men murdered him. Most of these colonists died, but La Salle had given France claim to the entire Mississippi Valley. So again, not the greatest ending there for this explorer. You can see why you have to have some real strong motives in order to take this risk. All right, so some things that we need to list. This was actually in the first paragraph. I just didn't stop. It said in 1667, that's when he set sail first. So 1667. And in the second to last paragraph, that was his last exploration. That was in 1684. That's when he sailed with the 200 settlers. Okay, impact. Well, he did claim land. So he claimed land. He founded a colony. That's a big deal. And the biggest one, he gave France claims to the entire Mississippi Valley. So gave France claim to the Mississippi Valley? Did you just go Mississippi? Because I did, but I did it in my head. Well, I guess I didn't. I said it out loud anyway. Okay, those are all of our explorers. I'm going to go ahead and read our chapter summary as well, because this is the end of our chapter. All right, 510, chapter summary. In this chapter, you learn about 8 early European explorers of the Americas. You used a matrix to keep track of information about these explorers. That's just talking about the tables that we completed. Europeans wanted a shortcut to the riches of Asia. Christopher Columbus sailed west and reached land. His success inspired others. Early explorers like Columbus thought they had reached Asia. Eventually, explorers realized this land was not Asia, but the Americas. Some, such as Cartier and Hudson, kept searching for a shortcut to Asia. Instead, the real treasure that made European countries richer was the American territory they claimed. Unfortunately, Native Americans suffered as a result of European exploration. The explorers killed Native people who opposed them. They also infected them with contagious diseases. In the next chapter, you will learn what happened when people from England decided to settle in America. What difficulties did the first settlers face? Read on to find out. So we've got a cliffhanger because you know we're going to have to review and have a test on this stuff. So next chapter is going to be exciting stuff. You're done for today. Thanks for watching.